Simon Prestigiacomo able to unfurl the flag and head it up to the top of the MCG there, and that was a nice touch for a player who wasn't able to play in the grand final. Big night for the Collingwood Footy Club against their arch rival. 88,000, as I said, is an enormous crowd. Home and away record between these two great clubs. And look at the little wee man Blair with the Ben Affleck hairstyle, just sliding 5 through. Trav Cloke with 2-1, going to get to him in a sec. Swan just keeps getting a mountain of the pill. Chris Judd, very good again. Jeffy Garlett with 3 goals, 3. But after half-time, it was pretty much all the Magpies as we welcome the big power forward from Collingwood, Travis Cloke, to the Sunday Footy Show. Always good to us. How are you, Trev?
Very good, mate.
You would have enjoyed that. 88,000, the atmosphere was spot on.
Yeah, it was nice to get back to a nice big crowd, and obviously the rivalry's still alive there.
And we've got, I think you, Dermot, taking a look at your old club playing against the Blues.
My old club, yeah. Hey, did it mean anything to you that you didn't get to see your flag go up? You were in the rooms when they fell.
At the time, no. It doesn't really bother me too much, but looking at the footage just then for the first time, it's a pretty spectacular moment.
Would have liked to have seen it?
Yeah, wouldn't have minded to, but at the same time, we had to play footy and I knew what we were out there for.
Yeah, well, you played footy pretty well on the weekend. You also took to Carlton. They've developed a team, or they're trying to develop a team with kicking backmen. They've turned it over too much in recent years. You play a very good spatial game. You come down and choke their area. You had to actually deny them targets.
Yeah, exactly. They've got some very skillful players down there, and obviously that's the way they want us out there play. But yeah, we focus on locking the ball in our forward half, and hopefully we can turn over there and get a direct shot on goal.
Can you see the similarities between Carlton, what they're trying to do and what you've done the last couple of years, particularly since Gavin Brown's gone from you guys over to assistant coach at Carlton? I think I can see similarities in their game.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many similarities. Obviously, we've been working at it now for 3 years and we're starting to get very good at it. And Carlton just learning it, 6 months at it, and they're slowly getting there and showing progress. So probably by the second half of the year, they'll be quite successful at it.
They were pretty good in the first quarter, the Blues. Their tackling and their intensity around the ball was, you know, super.
Yeah, very lively team. They've got very small forwards up there, and Jeffy Garlett, Eddie Betts, they love a tackle and love a goal as well. So they're lively, and down back, their backs did very well and held us down, and it was a very good game and only opened up really late in the third quarter.
They played a clever game on occasions. I mean, no team kicks goals unless they have the footy. They played a tempo game for certain times of the game, certain periods, where they just retained possession, and that took away your... Collingwood score goals in bursts. So they played tempo, possession game, and it worked pretty well against you.
Yeah, they were very good. Obviously, if you don't have the ball, you can't do anything with it. So they worked on it. If they've got the ball, we don't have it. So, yeah, they did very successful. And as I said, their ball users are fantastic and use their small forwards quite well.
The way you're working with Chris Dawes at the moment is very good. Sometimes you're forward deep, then you go out to centre-half forward. Is it something you speak about during the week and something you're conscious about, making sure you roll over? Because I noticed Watson went to you, then he was on Dawes, and also Jamison went to both of you at times as well.
Yeah, exactly. Dawes and I are pretty close off field, and yeah, we talk about our roles and also look at our opponents, and we work out if it's best for Dawes to be playing high or myself to be high, or chuck a small forward. So yeah, we obviously look at it pretty closely and see what's best to work up on our opposition matchups.
Now, some of my colleagues have pasted me for giving a true assessment. Yes, nicely done, Trev. Do you prefer them than actually direct line-up shots?
Yeah, at the moment it seems that way. I've had a few snaps, but slowly getting there on the set shots, I think, and it's starting to show some progress.
Gate cost,
wasn't it? Beautifully done. Some of my colleagues had a go at me about, because I spoke the truth on young Watson. You did, yeah, absolutely. You did your homework. Whoever got Watson the second gamer, were you going to try and take him to the goal square?
Yeah, definitely. Knowing that Jamison likes to play more of a goalkeeping role, the deeper, so we wanted to bring him up the ground and swap him around, and Watson was obviously the one to come deep that way. So we did look into it, and obviously he's a young player, second game, he's going to learn a lot of things, and he's going to be a very successful player, I think, in the future.
As I said, a lot of people said to me, oh, come on, he's played his second game, you give him a break. The reason I wanted to pull this out is he's playing league footy. I'm not going to go super hard on him. He probably had the most marks taken on him, against him, by his direct opponent of any key backman I've seen in the last 10 years, and he just didn't get body contact. Now, if the boy's watching, I'm not here to slay, I'm here to actually describe what happened. I think it's a real education that you have to actually make body contact. You lost him in flight. I mean, you're a big guy and you don't mind the body contact. It makes it a lot easier if you mark it and the bloke's not touching. And I'm not asking you to touch the kid up, it's just the way a learning curve.
Yeah, it is. But he probably weighed up his opponent, 9 doors. You know, quite big bodies. You don't probably lock in too early on. So he was trying to hit in a little bit late and move us out under the ball that way, and probably got a little bit caught that way. But it's going to be a learning curve, and AFL football is the best way to learn it. So
I'll tell you what he can do, Derm, that's kick the footy. So if they can get the ball into his hands, he can distribute it from back there. He's a 60, 70 metre, incredible.
As I said, I mean, they've gone with these players. The Ladler as well. Ladler's going to be a good third tall pinch hit backman.
Very neat, isn't he?
Oh, he's a good kick, Ladler, and at times he was stretched as well, Cloke. I think he might have had you for about 6 or 7 minutes as well.
Yeah, they got overlapped on the bench and ended up on him. But yeah, the new setup down back, they got Paulie Bell to come in the next few weeks as well. It's going to add another dimension to him.
Yeah, they work pretty hard.
When everything's going so well, you've won the premiership, you're on top ladder again, you've beaten Carlton, you've unfurled the flag. What are your concerns down at Collingwood? What do you look at as some of the threats to you this year?
A lot of things. Obviously, our supporters are very excited at the moment. They're going to get caught up the whole situation. But us as a playing group, we understand there's a long way to go. And obviously, last year. So looking at a lot of small things, we did a large amount of things wrong on the weekend, and Carlton outnumbered us, showed us what we did wrong. So we've got to go back to the drawing board this week and hopefully come out with the goods again on Friday night again.
They work pretty hard, Carlton. They should have probably been in front maybe a little bit more, Dermot, early in the
I was actually really impressed with their game plan, as we mentioned to Travis a second ago. When they got the footy on occasions, they were able to slow the tempo down. They had the right knack in the first half especially of playing on and playing frantic footy to get the ball into a goal-scoring position. Collingwood score goals in bursts. They're it's almost like the crowd plays a 19th man for them, and they're just fantastic at getting run-ons and quick goals. So Carlton played it smart. They got the ball and they shared it around. Last year, if Carlton had had the ball in their back line, they would not have been able to hit the target 4 times in a row. Now they have these good kickers there. They were able to do that, and I thought it was good coaching by Brett Ratton. I just thought a couple of positional matchups, perhaps gone astray, but I thought he coached very well.
What's staggering about Dawes and yourself, Trev, is the tank, which I wasn't even aware that the two of you had. But we spoke to Mick Malthouse before the game Friday night, and then I think to you afterwards, and you were saying that your 2K time trials, the two of you are very close. And what were you running again?
Oh, we played the 620 to 630 2K in there. The two of us were up and going.
630 at 100 kilos, Shane.
I know, and can mark and kick. So it's always going to be a stretch for a lot of the backmen. But
and the little boy here, he was around 5.5.
Oh, but that's understandable. You're a midfielder. These are two power forwards.
I know.
Just the confidence in the group, Trav. It just must be amazing because sides like Carlton, they threw their very best at you early, and then you didn't play your best football, but you just worked them over, and before you knew it, you were 30 points in front.
Exactly. We're not a very flashy team, but we know if we stick to our right structures, I know it's a very cliche thing to say, but we actually do win football games when we actually stick to those things. So it's pretty basic when you look at it that way.
Seen you getting around the place a few different ways, Trav. You've got the big Hummer, of course, but we might have some vision here of you just leaving recovery. Look at this, Derm. This is right up your alley.
Really?
What does the football club think about you riding a bike?
It's not obviously the ideal thing, but it's more of a recovery thing. I only do it on a certain days. It's not an everyday.
Just when there's no traffic around.
Yeah, exactly.
Monday morning, peak hour.
But yeah, that's not actually my choice of bike though. And I've got more of a cruiser setup that fits me a bit better, so it's nicer.
Yes, get down to Elizabeth Street and get yourself on the back of a Victory.
There you go. Well, look after it.
No, the nice Kimco, buddy. Get on one of them.
You didn't pay to get in there. You went around that.
That's exactly right. Save a few bucks that way.
Straight around it.
Yeah, you ride your bike when there is traffic.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, it cuts the time down by a third.
Just had in my ear, because I did mention that Dermot was having a look at his old club. Have a listen to this, Trev. See if you'd like this at the end of your career. 15 games, 30 goals, 2 Brownlow votes, 700 grand. That was just an unbelievable little end to the career for you, wasn't it?
700.
700.
You had.
Dermot used to rock up to training in his Ferrari or on his Harley, and it was just the biggest joke going on.
Boys,
We just
can
looked
I
at him
just
and
say
thought, "What are you
something
doing?"
about now? We've got a guest
Votes.
on. This is not about us. No, that's ridiculous.
You'll never hear that.
And it is just... I thought Heeshaw was wonderful coming out of the back line. Jared Blair shared the honours
guest,
to
you get that
Blair.
guest in?
I thought he was 5th. Unlike you blokes who just suck to every guest we have.
Come on.
Blair 7. Chris Judd an honest game for Juddy 6. And Dane Swan
Ben Johnson
started off a little bit slow, but still got it 30-something
10 marks,
times.
19 touches for our big friend here.
I thought he was fantastic.
Ben Johnson was good.
Hey, Bill,
Hey, what?
James, you can be fantastic and not figure in the votes.
Swan had 34.
Yeah. He got votes.
Big Crackers celebration. Trav, what did you think of it as players?
At the time, didn't even notice it, but obviously he's had, I know, a rough couple of years now, being in jail for 16 months. But I think it's to show his support to the people that showed him support while he was in there as well, just overcoming it all. And I think it's good to see. Obviously, he's come out on the other side now, a very important player for us, and we're looking forward to the future that he's got with us.
Now we've got the premiership ring on the pointer finger there that you got last year, and Alan Didak apparently had a hand in designing that, I hear.
Yeah, it did. So after footy, he might go into jewellery making, so he's done all right there, and yeah, it's not a bad little piece.
Well, Trav, good luck with everything that's coming up. The Magpie juggernaut is just getting bigger and bigger, but you've always been very good to us coming in after games, so thanks for that. Travis Cloke on the Sunday Footy Show. The Sunday agenda coming up next. David Smorgan going to join Damo, the president of the Western Bulldogs.